Temple of the Jade Serpent was originally released in Mists of Pandaria, a previous WoW expansion, but has been brought back by Blizzard to be part of Mythic Plus Season 1 for Dragonflight. To get to this dungeon from Valdrakken, the capital city, there is a portal to the Jade Forest just outside of the inn, next to some stairs. It is coordinates 54-55. This is a very small dungeon with 4 bosses, so let's see how to do this retro dungeon effectively. Overall, tanks really shouldn't have an issue getting the requirement for ads to complete this Mythic Plus run. Just literally, don't skip any mobs. When starting this dungeon, I highly suggest going left through the first boss because the pathing saves a lot of minutes. The first boss, Wise Mari, is a caster boss that doesn't move from the center of the pool, or whatever you call this water arena. Hydro Lance is a hard-hitting magic ability that is cast often. Tanks and healers should be rotating interrupts on this along with some DPS. Wise Mari will also be casting Corrupted Vortex on a random party member. This is indicated by an arrow over the person's head. This targeted party member should be taken to the edge of the arena to drop the vortex out of the way party members out of harm's way. Wash Away is a rotating water beam spinning around the room that needs to be avoided as well. The water pulses and splashes up. Every third pulse, the water will hit extremely hard to any idiot standing in it. The 2 most important things to do in this boss fight is to avoid the Wash Away beam ability and to not be in the water at the 3rd pulse. Otherwise, shit like this happens.
Want to not stand in the water. Kind of like a water elemental.
I mean, what else can you expect from a hunter? Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and that notification bell for more Dragonflight content. Approach Lorewalker Stone Step for the next boss encounter, Strife and Peril. I cannot emphasize enough for DPS, healers, and tanks to not cleave or AoE. Just use single target abilities to make this fight much faster. Target focus Strife first until he gets 10 stacks of intensity. Then switch to Peril and do the exact same thing until Peril gets 10 stacks. Then go back to Strife. This is because at 10 stacks of intensity, each boss becomes invulnerable due to ultimate power, which will eventually fade. While this fight is going on, Intensity will be dealing party-wide AoE, and Agony will be hitting the tank with shadow damage. Both of these, unfortunately, are unavoidable, so good luck healers. And with that, you can finally go through the open doors. Liu Flameheart is a boss event that has 3 phases. In the initial phase, she will be casting Serpent Strike that will damage a tank, but it will be followed up with Serpent Kick, which is an AoE that pushes fire waves in a cross-like path outwards that should be avoided at all costs. After she hits the 60% health mark, she will cast Jade Essence, which boosts her current 2-set move ability. And Jade Essence, unfortunately, cannot be erupted. Jade Serpent Strike is a single target damaging ability towards a tank, but it now has a healing absorb shield, so healers, beware. And Jade Serpent Kick is an AoE with a cross-like path outwards, but now it will leave green damaging pools on the ground that are permanent. At around 30%, she will transform into a dragon and will have a new set of abilities. Jade Fire is a random single target damage dot that healers need to watch out for. And Jade Fire Breath is a frontal cone attack that needs to be avoided at all times. The Sha of Doubt is the last boss of Jade Serpent Temple. Healers need to watch out for Wither Will, which is a random range damaging ability. Nothingness is a pulsating, unavoidable AoE from a random party member. Everyone needs to stay away and healers need to top this target off. The main mechanic of this boss is Bounds of Reality, which will spawn an ad from each player. All ads need to be grouped up and cleaved down in order for the boss to be attackable again. And with that, you have finished the Mythic Plus dungeon, Temple of the Jade Serpent.